There's some things you definitely do not want to do on a brand new Marvel Snap account. I'm going to teach you what you don't want to do and what you do want to do and explain some of the most common things that people don't understand right when you're beginning Marvel Snap. Consider liking the video, subscribing if you like what you hear. Let's get going. All right, you're new to Marvel Snap and you want some tips and tricks that are going to help you advance without ruining your account. Let's break it down for you. First and foremost, here's a brand new account I created for the purposes of this video. You're going to notice one of the things in the brand new account is on my collection. When I go to look at my collection, I have not upgraded anything except the mandatory ones that you upgrade during the tutorial. Why did I do this? Well, because when you actually upgrade your deck, what ends up happening is you're upgrading your collection level. Now, this might be tempting to upgrade your collection level because you're going to unlock new cards, etc., but you have to be very careful because you'll gain points by upgrading your cards, and visually is the only thing that changes. The cards don't actually get better. You're upgrading your collection level, and you're doing it because you want to get these new cards, these new mystery cards. You want to unlock new things. But the reason you have to be careful is as you upgrade your cards, there are certain levels of collection that once you cross them, you get put into something called a new pool, which means there's new cards available to be pulled from, a new pool of cards you can acquire, but you're also now playing against people that are within that pool as well. For instance, if I queue right now, I'm only going to play with players around the beginning collection level that are in basically pool 0, players that have not actually got into pool 1 yet, but there's multiple pools and multiple different pool collection levels. So what are those collection levels? So using IGN's website, we can very easily see it. Pool 1 is level 18 to level 214. So the second that I actually hit level 18, and once again, if we look, I'm at 1 collection level, okay? If I go 17 more points up, that's right here at the first mystery card. Once I start acquiring that first mystery card, I am in fact now in pool 1. Let's continue. Pool 2 is going to be level 222 to 474. There's 25 new cards. You see, Pool 1 it adds 46 cards, of which you can play with and acquire. Pool 2 is going to add 25 cards. Pool 3 is at 486 and 74 cards. So, knowing that once you get all the way up here, you just keep scrolling and you get to 222, which is marked right here by this card. Now you are, in fact, entering Pool 2. So be careful when you're unlocking new cards that you don't go into an additional pool. The reason being is, let's say you're in Pool 1 and you're climbing decently and you've only unlocked, a few cards and you have a deck you're really liking. Once you get to Pool 2, you're now a big fish from a small pond as a small fish in a big pond. That's effectively what happens. So be careful when you're upgrading your collection level. Another tip is daily. You can go down here and you can get free credits. Make sure you're gathering your free credits. This is obvious. Do not use the fast upgrades. So going here and using credits to get fast upgrades will give you boosters. Boosters are free. Just by grinding the game, you're going to get these collection boosters, allowing you to climb the ranks of collection levels. And if you do actually want to boost your collection level, the best way to do it is upgrade the lowest collection first. You will get the most collection points by upgrading lower amounts. Because, for instance, if we go back here and I show you, we go to collection level, 1 for uncommon, 2 for rare, 4 for epic. But the cost of, for instance, of doing 2 epics compared to 1 ultra is not worth it. So it's better to upgrade the lower amounts first. For instance, if you're going to only uncommon, it only costs 25 to acquire 1 piece. Okay, so that's 25 to acquire 1 collection piece. Where for Medusa, wanted to get epic and go to 4 collection levels, it is 200 credits. Okay, the boosters you get just by playing the game, so you don't have to worry about the boosters to actually level the cards. Just go play the deck for free. What you do have to worry about is acquiring credits, because this can be time gated. So for this reason, you want to be careful with your credits and you want to min-max your credits. So for collection level, if we only upgraded the cheaper ones, as we can see, would only be 100 credits. For that reason, if you're trying to gain collection level and not just visually enhance your characters, you want to make sure that you are in fact min-maxing by only leveling the lowest ones possible. Now, the game makes this easier for you because when you're playing with a deck, it will give boosters to the lowest visually upgraded or lowest booster collected amount character right off the bat, so it does help you. Make sure you do your missions every day. These are pretty mandatory in my opinion because, like I say, credits are basically time gated because of the only way you can really get them is missions. So in my personal opinion, you really want to make sure you grind these every time they pop up available. You're going to do literally all of them that you can. Kind of a basic deck building tip, but remember when you're building your deck, there's enough to have 2 for each drops. You can have 2 1 drops, you can have 2 2 drops, you can have 2 3 drops, 2 4 drops, 2 5 drops, and 2 6 drops. Okay, if you look at it in terms of how much you can fit, I could fit one more 6 drop right there. That does not mean you have to have that in your deck. You could have literally all just 1 drops if you want, but if you're trying to break it down evenly, that's how the math works out. This isn't necessarily always the smartest thing to do, because some of the cards, for instance, if you take a look at it, always get drawn on that turn. Starts in your opening hand. American Chavez, for instance, will always get pulled turn 6 if you ever, etc. So for that reason, it can very often to be best to only have 1 drop of a certain energy, either 1, 2, 3, or whatever, but have that card be one of the cards that guarantees it gets pulled in your hand on that turn. Basically, what I'm trying to explain is make sure you're curving out your deck so that on turn 1, when you have 1 energy, you have a 1 drop. Turn 2, when you have 2 energy, you have a 2 drop, etc. Try to think into the future, and that's typically what's going to make you be able to climb the ranks. These were some really basic tips. If this helped at all, consider liking the video or subscribing. You'll be seeing a Marvel Snap video every day on this channel. Love y'all. See you on the next video.